She thought she'd already won. I could see it in the way she crossed her legs at the plaintiff's table, heels tapping, lips curved in that small, familiar smile. The same one she used when she'd gotten away with something. Except today, she hadn't. Not yet. The courtroom smelled faintly of old paper and disinfectant. The judge's gavel sat like a loaded gun between us. My lawyer whispered something about composure, but I didn't need the reminder. I'd been composed for months. Ever since the night I saw her hand another man the keys to my house. Our house. We built it 12 years ago. 2 stories, pale brick, the kind of home that creaked at night in a comforting way. We poured ourselves into it. I laid the floors, she picked the paint. We used to laugh about how our daughter, Emma, would run through the halls barefoot, leaving tiny footprints on freshly mopped tiles. It was supposed to be ours forever. Then came him, a friend from her office. He showed up for a barbecue one summer, with 2 perfect teeth and that easy charm people mistake for honesty. I remember how she laughed at his jokes, too long, too freely. It was small things at first, passwords changed, late-night calls in the car, her perfume on the passenger seat of a car that wasn't mine. Then one night, I caught her reflection in the kitchen window, arms wrapped around him. My daughter's lunchbox on the counter beside them. That was the moment something inside me fractured. Not loudly, just silently, cleanly. When she filed for divorce, I didn't fight. I played the fool. Let her think she'd broken me. She took the house, the custody, the pride, or so she thought. 6 months later, the papers arrived. She was suing to evict me from the guest house. Said her new boyfriend wanted his first home, and my presence made them uncomfortable. That word, uncomfortable, stuck to me like tar. I smiled when I read it, because by then I'd already started recording. Revenge doesn't come from rage. Rage is loud, sloppy. Revenge is patience, wearing a steady smile. I kept my visits to Emma quiet. I'd bring her to the park, help with her homework, watch her face flicker with confusion as she tried to understand why Mommy's friend was always around. One night she asked, "Daddy, why does Mommy lock her door when he visits?" I didn't answer. I just told her to be careful with the tablet I'd given her, a birthday gift with parental monitoring installed. Over weeks, it became the perfect witness. Every FaceTime call, every video she made in that house quietly uploaded itself to my private cloud. And then, one night, I got a notification, a video. Emma had recorded herself showing her mother's boyfriend yelling, drunk, red-faced, throwing something glass. Then another clip, the 2 of them laughing, joking about how they'd bleed the old man dry. I remember sitting there, watching it, my jaw tight, but my hands steady. The day of the hearing, she came in dressed like victory. He sat beside her, smug in a borrowed suit. My lawyer tried to prepare me for disappointment, but I wasn't here to beg for fairness. I was here to end it. The judge asked the usual questions. She answered with that soft, well-rehearsed tone. "We just want a fresh start," she said. "It's better for Emma. Better for Emma." That was my cue. Emma was sitting quietly beside me, feet barely touching the floor. The judge smiled at her, trying to make her comfortable. And then, in the smallest voice, she said, "Can I show you something Mummy doesn't know?" The judge hesitated, then nodded. She climbed down from her chair, walked to the bench, and handed over her tablet. Her hands were trembling, but her eyes were steady. When the video started playing, the room fell silent. Her boyfriend's voice filled the space, ugly, slurred, violent. Then her laughter followed, his threats, her plans. The part where she said, "Once he's out, we'll sell it and split the cash." The judge froze. My lawyer leaned back, silent. I watched her face crumble in real time. The color drained first, then the composure, then the mask. Her boyfriend cursed, tried to grab the tablet. 2 officers moved before he could stand. The judge's voice came down like a blade. Motion denied. Custody revision pending. Outside the courtroom, she tried to speak to me. "You set me up," she hissed. I didn't look at her. I just adjusted my cufflinks and said, "No, you set yourself up. I just pressed play." Emma slipped her hand into mine. We walked past her mother, who stood there shaking, mascara bleeding down her cheeks, the man beside her in cuffs. The sky outside was gray, heavy with rain, but it felt clean. I drove Emma home, to my house, the one she said wasn't mine anymore. That night, I stood by the window, watching the lights of the city flicker. Revenge hadn't made me happy, but it made me whole. People think justice is loud. It isn't. Sometimes it's the quiet click of a tablet screen.